Hi guys, it's Ari back with another review. Today I'm reviewing Hampton Inn in Orange Beach, Alabama. So I did go there and stay there a night, um, and it was very interesting. So let's start with just the hotel. The hotel was, well, when I first got there, it was a little bit confusing on parking. There was no arrows, but I guess obviously by the way the cars were parked, I should have known I was going in the wrong way. So let's start with that. So I went in the hotel or get to the lobby the wrong way, and I realized, oops, I made a oopsie. So if you ever go there, don't do that because the potential for getting hit is pretty great. Um, so I didn't immediately record the lobby, mainly because it had like a lot of people in there, and I don't like to invade other people's privacy. So I found parking upstairs. Or I checked in, found parking upstairs. There's a three-level parking area. I will show you where I parked at in the garage later and kind of an idea of how it looks. So there are three levels of parking. I believe the highest floor is the eighth floor. I could be wrong about that. So I recorded the room in two phases. When I first got there, I was really tired. I don't think I did a great job, but there was one particular thing I want you to see. So I left it in. And then I did record it again in the morning so you can see what it looked like in the daytime. And also the view was beautiful. It was so beautiful. In fact, when it was nighttime, I was looking outside. It didn't look real. It looked like a picture. So the room was fairly spacious. I did get a double beds, which I don't know why I do because it's literally most times just me. Um, but I never use the other bed, so if they want to leave it, because I don't touch it. Um, in any case, I did sleep fairly well. I just got up one time out the night because when I woke up and I looked outside, it literally did not look real. So I actually got up to go closer to the window to physically look out of it. Now, the reason why I didn't go on the balcony that night is because there's a trick on the way you have to open up the door, and I couldn't figure it out. So I actually had to get maintenance to help me figure out how to open that door because it wasn't like open and close. It was some kind of do this and then turn here and then turn down and then pull this out and then you could open it. It was this weird kind of thing that they had going on. I did end up going downstairs. So I went to the beach just to take a walk on it at night. It was very beautiful. And I also got in the pool. So for anyone who doesn't have kids, this is a very friendly hotel, kid friendly hotel. And even though it was after 8 o'clock, the kids were kind of still around. Now, I know there are certain hotels that after 8 or after a certain time, the kids are no longer allowed in the pool and it's just adults, which I kind of prefer because I'm an adult who has grown kids. And if you don't, or if you aren't around kids, you kind of like having that kind of time. Even if you're a parent who has little kids, you kind of like having that kind of time. But that's not one of those hotels. And the other thing is, I thought kids were back in school at this time, so I thought I'd be good. But that was not the case for this particular time frame. Anyway, so I didn't stay in the pool long. It was comfortable, but again, I didn't stay long. Just enough to get soaked and take 5 minutes of breather, and I went right back up to the hotel room. I did get Subway, which there's a Subway right across the street from the hotel. And I ate that, took a shower, and went to bed. And as I said before, I did get up in the middle of the night only because I woke up and I looked out the window and what I was looking at did not look real. So I literally got up, went to the window and looked out. And I was just amazed on how calm everything was, how beautiful it was. So I'm happy I had actually gotten that room, just if no other reason for that purpose. Okay, so that morning they do serve continental breakfast. I just generally don't have breakfast like that. I'm not a big breakfast eater in the first place. So I didn't have it, but they do have free breakfast in the morning. And then I had a friend that came over. She lives like right next door in Florida. So she came over, said hi real quick. And that was that. I did get up first thing in the morning at about 6 in the morning and I walked on the beach. It was breathtaking and it was calm. It just gives you these this feeling of well-being. I guess every beach probably does that though, right? I just enjoyed that so much. So let's get into the pros and cons of all of this. The hotel itself was nice. The accommodations were nice. I slept really well. The bed was really comfortable. It was fairly quiet. And the parking was somewhat decent. It's different. It was different for me, but it was pretty decent. I'm sure they have a hard time keeping the elevator clean with everybody going up and down being wet because the every time I got in the elevator the floor was a little bit wet, I guess, from swimmers going up and down. But I noticed in the morning it was fairly clean. In addition to that, the staff was fairly nice. The check-in was super easy. And to say I had a balcony view, the price was fairly reasonable. So all of those things were really great. So let's get into amenities. So they had a coffee maker, they had a microwave, a refrigerator, cable, internet. There's an ATM downstairs. Of course, there's a pool. Of course, you have the best view ever. They also do continental breakfast free. And they have a couple of restaurants in the area. Now, restaurants. So when I first got there, I kind of had a craving for Chick-fil-A, but I realized quickly that I was going to be having that because that was 24 minutes away and I wasn't driving any further than I already had because I actually had been on the road for, I'm going to say 3.5 to 4 hours. So I was kind of done with driving at that point. So I went across the street and had Subway. I think I mentioned that before. And they do have a couple of restaurants in the area, but most of them are seafood restaurants. So if you're in the mood for seafood, you're doing great. You're in a great place to be. But if you're not in the mood for seafood, it could be a little bit challenging. That is not necessarily a deal breaker. I mean, literally, I know some people are foodies. I am too when it comes to certain things, but I know I can get certain things anytime. A view like that, not anytime. So it totally surpassed everything. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about the things that were not so great, which is only like two things. Wasn't bad, technically. Okay, so one of those was the tub. So when I walked in that night, I usually try to have a look around, and the tub had a stain in it. So I don't know if it was a stain because it just wasn't going to come out or if the tub was just actually dirty and nobody cleaned it, which is fine. I usually bring my own cleaning equipment anyway. And then the other thing is popcorn ceilings, walls, probably both, I think, which I'm not a fan of. That's a preference. Obviously, it doesn't matter to probably anybody. I just find that it makes everything look a little bit more dated when you have those things. So, I mean, just to kind of improve the aesthetics, it'd be nice, but I know that's probably also expensive to get rid of. But yeah, that was basically the only downside. I'm not overly picky. I don't think I'm overly picky. Oh, and other things I wanted to just mention. There's plenty of places where you can charge your iPhone computer if you have kids and they have iPads. There are a ton of places you can charge them. I did put a clip of it in this video. Also, the painting I had on my wall looks super 3D. So if you were looking at it from a certain angle, it actually looks like it was just sticking out. I had to actually walk up close to kind of feel it just to make sure it wasn't, because it looks so 3D. Whoever did it did a great job. Hotels have the best paintings. And lastly, I took a video of the front of the lobby the next day because initially when I checked in, it was a little bit crowded. Everything was beautiful. Once I got on the balcony, oh my gosh, enjoyed it immensely. Wish I would have just took a whole week off and just stayed a couple extra days, but I didn't do that. It was just kind of like a quick getaway, which sometimes I like to do just to get my brain back on focus of why I'm doing everything I'm doing. um, but I really enjoyed the walk on the beach. I wanted to do a couple of more things, but unfortunately, I arrived a little bit later than I anticipated. But I still just enjoyed the ride there, the drive there, and enjoyed my night there. So, but, and as you can see, um, I did have a nice little walk on the beach. It was very cool, and the temperature, I don't want to say it was super hot, but the temperature was fairly up there. I don't think I would have gone out that much in the day only because it was so humid. So that is it for my review of Hampton Inn, Orange Beach. Overall, I had a wonderful stay. Um, the room was, very reasonable for what I got. And again, I had the balcony and the best view ever. I love waking up and just seeing. If I could do that every day, that would be the dream. Um, so yes, that's pretty much it. I hope you like this review. I know I did a lot of umming. I'm sorry, can't help it. Maybe one day I'll be better at it. So for now, you're gonna have to kind of live with it. Sorry. In any case, that's it for the review. Please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting on this video. And thank you so much for listening. Y'all have a wonderful night, guys. Bye for now.